When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
This is not the first, second, or third show. This is the last show, and I'm David Cooper. And any major media outlet, when they get the facts wrong, they have to issue a retraction. So this show, the last show, we have to issue a retraction over something we did last week with our foreign correspondent, Tony Five. We covered a stolen candy heist. Well, not really a heist, but a woman who deducted stolen candy from a tenant that moved out of her apartment in the security deposit. She withheld security deposit from a guy over stealing her chocolate. He went to a tribunal, a civil resolution tribunal, and they awarded the woman the money for the chocolate. Tony, welcome to the show.
David, I'm here, a very sullen Tony. I find it very difficult to apologise for things, especially when it's not my fault, but I do take full and comprehensive responsibility, David. We are here to provide a source of information for the people that listen to us, sadly. It's more like, I would say, tomato sauce or maybe Caesar sauce than actual sauce itself. But yes, David, we got it wrong.
We got it wrong. We said that this man stole $100 plus of chocolate while he was living in a woman's apartment, and then the tribunal awarded the woman $100, to which our producer said, "It's probably my fault for thinking that even one of you two would take 2 minutes to read the actual news story before presenting it on a national radio show." Here's the actual facts. The tribunal awarded the woman $6.50 worth of chocolate, which is actually more funny because it's such a petty amount.
Yes. We did try to work out how many chocolate bars would entail hundreds of dollars worth of repayment, whereas actually it was only $6. And to be fair, she only had the evidence of about $6 worth of chocolate, which was fair.
Well, we will read the stories that we present a little better as we present them. So we want to do an apology to all of our listenership, a retraction. We got the number wrong. The BC Civil Resolution Tribunal awarded a woman $6.50 to withhold from a security deposit over a tenant that stole chocolate, not over $100. Boom. Apologies out there. We are back to being the consummate professionals. Now let's go to Florida with a story that you and I actually read. Tony, right now there's like a cold cell covering a lot of North America. I'm not hit here in New York, but my parents in Toronto are freezing. It's like below zero. There's snow.
I have heard that, David. Yeah, there's been some wild weather recently, but I get an alert every now and again with the places that I go and I see. So Toronto came up, even New York came up with a cold snap. I don't think it was necessarily freezing cold, but just a change in weather. And yeah, you guys are really cold, right?
No, we're going to get it like tonight or tomorrow. We haven't gotten it yet. But I want to talk about Florida, which is about to get it, because they are warning residents to be careful as they walk down the sidewalks.
Oh, slipping over.
No, close though. There are a lot of people who retire in Florida who could slip and break their hips.
Icicles.
Not icicles.
Snowmen.
No, not snowmen, Tony. It's even better. It's beyond your wildest dreams. But I know you know what it actually is because today we read the article in entirety so our producer wouldn't get mad at us. If you're in Florida during the cold spell and you're walking on the sidewalk under a tree, you need to take great caution.
Yes.
Because an iguana could fall off of the tree and hit you in the head.
A what?
An iguana, Tony. An iguana.
That's like a baby dinosaur, isn't it? Those are quite heavy.
And here, I read the article. Iguanas, when it gets cold, they sort of freeze up and they get stunned. And if they're gripping a tree, they'll lose their grip and they can fall and hit you on the head. And people have died and people have been injured in the past. And yes, I have cited sources for that claim. And by people, I mean I can only find one person who ever died. But still, it is something that weather officials in Florida are warning the general public. And that is exactly the kind of news we need to report on this show.
I guess if it's happened to one person, then yes, it can happen to many, and you do have to report it. And I do like the fact that you researched that comprehensively to make sure that we were presenting factual information. I like that.
I don't want to get the numbers wrong and say it happens to 9 out of 10 people on Floridian streets every day, which is what I would assume would be the... Who'd have thought, like, of all the ways to die, you know? Like, of all the ways to die. Imagine you get in a bar fight in a bathroom and your head hits the urinal and you get knocked out and you die. That's a pretty bad way to die. To announce that at a funeral is awkward for the family. I actually know someone who died that way. Well, someone's grandparent. But still, to die from an iguana, like, what would you even say at the funeral, Tony?
The funeral, I would be like, because people are kind of mournful and they're sad. Would you have, like, if other people had to ask the other mourners, like, oh my God, how did Uncle Fred die? Well, an iguana fell on his head. It's just a really bad, but it sounds like a very Buster Keaton-esque, Three Stooges-esque way to die.
He died as he lived, dropping iguanas on his head. No, I guess you wouldn't say that.
Iguanas on his head. It's always what he wanted. That's the way he wanted to go.
All right. Well, I guess, Tony, if you're in Florida, wear a hard hat, I guess is our official advice from the medical experts at this show.
I guess if there's anybody in Florida, this is a public warning for all Floridians that might listen to the last show. Please wear a hard hat, look up, don't look down, keep going.
My parents are actually going to Florida soon. They spend a couple months of the winter there. I should warn them. I should have my mom wear a hard hat.
I think you should sponsor hard hats, David, for the people of Florida. Danger, iguanas falling, and any other sort of sticky insects type thing on trees.
It could be a good business idea for you. Iguana hard hats by Tony 5. You could make trillions. Tony, let's go to our last story here. A recent report of Gen Xers, so that's you, I'm unfortunately a millennial, and baby boomers. That's
me, I'm a Gen Xer. I have no idea what that means, but I am a Gen Xer, correct?
I think it just means when you were born, Tony, because you're a little older than me. Gen Xers and baby boomers, if they do the deed with their romantic partners in the morning, get a little frisky.
Yes.
They end up being better workers and more productive. Their productivity is boosted based on a morning romance session for the rest of the day, according to a new study. Tony, what do you make of this as our resident, before work romance expert?
Well, technically I'm unemployed. So what does that mean for me?
It means you'll do your job with more productivity.
Oh, less productivity because I'm not doing anything with anybody.
Well, you'd be doing something if you practice this practice. And that's according to a research paper that we read about that surveyed 1,000 full-time workers. So I guess you'd be excluded being unemployed.
Yep.
Their productivity levels are 71% up. Their task completion, 70% up. Their focus, 58%. And their motivation for their job, up 57%. If they do the romantic thing in the morning before work.
Now tell me, how does that research help anybody, David? Anybody at all in the world? How does it help? Who on earth is sitting there? Do like the big major companies, Deloitte, Apple, Google, do they read these and think, well, we're going to encourage our employees to do this?
I don't know whether they should, but considering it's Gen X and baby boomers, this is not like I guess younger Gen Xs are still kind of in the child having age of lower 40s, but still, or mid 40s, but still,
yeah.
Baby boomers aren't typically having babies. So it's not to help with the birth rate. I don't know who it is to help. All I know is that some researchers probably, and this is not a cited fact, this is me guessing, so you can't get mad at me, producer. Some researchers probably got paid or funded to do this research.
Unbelievable. I don't know where that money's coming from. They should use it to spend on sort of different sorts of research on again, baby iguanas falling out of trees.
Absolutely. Tony, only the most important, only the most cited research articles that we have fully read on the show. I appreciate you being here.
David, facts, not fiction, my friend. Facts, not fiction.
Tony 5 is our foreign correspondent in London, England.